Well, welcome everyone. You wanted it, you are getting it. Commentated highlights of the Group 3. Get straight into it. Cressy on pole from Liam, Greg, Adam, Lewis, Coleman, Sean, Ben, P10 and Reg 8 make the top 10. So this is round 7, the first race of the day at Monza. You see Cressy on pole in the Jaguar F-Type. Followed by a Lexus, followed by a Mercedes, followed by an Aston, then an Audi, then a Nissan. Let me just get all that up, and they've gone. A rolling start here in Monza. Cressy's gone, Liam is following. It'll all be much the same as they come into turn 1. Cressy's got a bump in the back from Liam. She's going to go over the first chicane. Adam's gone off too. She keeps first. Liam keeps second, so it looks like no harm, no foul. There's Sean. He's having a look at Lewis. Is that going to work around the outside? No, Sean's near enough round to Cressy. She has Liam down the inside into the first Lesmo. She's clipped the grass. She's gonna go round into the gravel. Oh, collects Greg on the way back. Oh, something's going on there. Oh, she's doing a 3-point turn. Here's Sean. He has his good friend Ben right behind him. Like, Ben's looking at a move into a Ascari. That one's not going to quite work this time. There's a little battle pack ahead. Lewis, Coleman and Greg. It's been a good start for Coleman, up to 3rd. But which of these cars is going to be more superior in the straights? Doesn't look like Greg's going to be in contention to do. I think Coleman's already protecting the inside from Lewis. But is Lewis going to try it all the way around the outside? He does it! That's a great move from Lewis. Up into 3rd place. Sean's managed to find himself Bentley. Ben's getting sideways out of the first chicane. There's Riley in 9th. So there's a small pack here for 11th, 12th and 13th. There's Cressy, our pole setter, of course. All over the back of the Mercedes of Steph. Look to the outside line. That's not going to happen. Stealth Racer's gone over the chicane. He might lose some places. He's lost places to both of them. Manages to keep his 13th though. These guys are still together, all picking up penalties. That second chicane, the Della Roggia chicane, that is very, very harsh with penalties. So if you're millimeters over the normal racing line, the game will punish you for that. It looks like Lewis is taking his leave. Liam still leads the race. He has Adam and the Aston behind him though. Very, very close going on to the straight. So we might see that Aston Martin get past here. Liam's covering the inside straight away, already halfway down the straight, and he's got that covered. Holds the inside. Does he brake too late? Is he good? He's good. He's managed to hold Adam off there. Lewis is still fighting with Coleman. Ben is past Sean. That is someone going way off. That's Mr. Chen. She's gone way, way through the chicane. That's some loss of braking. Greg's now gone deep into the chicane. He finds himself with 1.2 seconds worth of penalties. It might go up after that. No, somehow he's gotten away with that one. These two with their SBR racing themed cars. They didn't qualify so well. Of course, Sean is the championship leader, so he's going to want to try and improve on this 7th place that he currently finds himself in. Chrissy not managing to find a way past Steph just yet. You would think, being on pole, that might be a bit of an easier job. Brian taking up the rear end of the field. And now, it looks like Lewis might be having a go at Adam this time around. Liam's got a bit of a gap to Adam, so he's not going to be a threat to him, but what about Lewis? Of course, he's also going to be hampered due to the fact that Adam's going to be picking up a slipstream. No, not close enough this time. Or is he? He's absolutely sent one down the inside. Looked like he was never close enough to make a move, but he's snuck it down the inside and past the Aston Martin. So Greg's fallen a little way off this lot. Ben still with Sean right behind him. Nothing gonna be happening into the Della Roggia. Cressy is finally past Steph, although it doesn't look like it's fully over. Steph can hold it on that line. He'll have the inside for the Della Roggia chicane. Is he gonna hold the inside? No, he's thought better of it. Tucks back in. Cressy moves up a place into 11th. Now, are these guys... Greg's 1 or 2 seconds ahead. Now Lewis, since getting past Adam, he has flown on to Liam. Is he going to try all the way around the outside? They're going to be side by side. That Lexus is not quick in a straight. Yeah, it pulls back into the slipstream. It's called the outside. We saw how late Lewis managed to brake last time. So it looks like Lewis is going to have this one done. In the background, Adam and Coleman are getting together. Is Coleman going to get that one done? Looks like Adam's held it on the exit. Greg, 2.1 seconds worth of penalties, and he's got these two bearing down on him. There's quite a bit of field spread towards the back end. Chrissy's closing in on Mr. Ginge. Just dropped Steph quite quick. Brian is now ahead of Stealth and Ricky. I think Ricky, based on how far back he is pitted, I would assume. Right, how much closer is Ben to Greg? He's pretty close this time. What about further forward? Coleman's having another go at Adam. This time at Ascari. And he's got that one done. The Nissan clearly working well here. And it looks like Liam has not given up on trying to repass that Audi. It's not going to be easy, but he's gonna give it a go. Adam on the outside of Coleman. I'm not sure that one's gonna work. Coleman's gonna have the better line. Now Liam is gonna have a look at the Audi. Nothing's gonna come of it. Look how quick that Audi is in the straight, even with Slipstream. Liam's not able to get on it. Yeah, Coleman has kept that one on the inside into turn 1. Ben has gotten past Greg on that straight. What about Sean? When's he gonna get by? Of course, right now, Greg's gonna be getting a slipstream off of Ben, which is gonna disadvantage Sean. Greg appears to have not given up the fight with Ben. That Mercedes, a good car, into the second Lesmo. What's the Porsche behind him gonna do? So Greg has a car ahead, a car behind him is to monitor both. That's P10 in the Lexus. He's gone very wide at the second Lesmo. Greg's still hounding the back of Ben. Ben's gone a bit wide in the exit. Sean's now having a look. Ben's left the inside open for Greg. That's an interesting move. Although he's managed to sweep it around the outside. These two are ducking and diving every which way. This could let Sean have the advantage. Sean's darted into the pits. He's had enough of that. He wants by. The back of the front. Lewis still with Liam right behind him. Coleman is still fighting with Adam. Adam's not able to outbrake him, although Coleman's outbraked himself. As there's a bump up the back from the Aston. Further back there is Chrissy. Sean rejoining just behind. It looks like Riley has just come out of the pits. There's Brian and Chris. Steph was in the pits. Ricky's at a scurry. So people who have passed people cannot shake them. Lewis cannot shake Liam. Coleman cannot shake Adam. And Ben cannot shake Greg. So we saw Greg just getting a little bit interested in the background on the back end of Ben. As Ben dips into the gravel out of a scurry. Are these guys going to react to what Sean has done, or are they going to stick to what they had planned? Looks like Ben's coming to the pit lane, as is Greg, as is Coleman, as is Adam. Liam and Lewis, however, they have stayed out. And Liam's having a little look at Lewis. Of course, the outside for turn 1, you're never going to get that done. You always have to just sort of bail out of it. Unless you are far, far superior on the brakes. I'm trying to find Sean. There he is. It's not letting us go to him. Okay. Well. There he is. Sean is ahead of all of these guys. Adam, Coleman, Greg is out ahead of Ben. Ben's had a much longer stop than everyone. Although looking at fuel, it looks like some people haven't bothered with the refuel yet. There is this battle pack of 4. And Ben is actually now ahead of Greg. Something's gone wrong for Greg somewhere. There's Chrissy in 10th right now, or pole setter. Oh, and there's Mr. Ginge in the M6. 4 seconds worth of penalties right now, going straight over the second chicane. Very, very sideways. And there's Chris in the Nissan. As Lewis decides it's his time to pit, Liam still continuing on. Looks like we're seeing some varied strategies. There is P10. Sean starting to feel pressure of Adam behind him. That Aston seemingly very quick and a straight. There's Lewis. Where's he going to come out to the rest of them? He slots in ahead of Coleman, but he has 2 cars now ahead of him. He was our race leader before all these stops. And that's Greg getting it quite wrong into the first chicane. There's Riley. His softs are a fair bit more worn. In fact, Greg is on mediums. What's everyone else on? Everyone else has opted for softs, so Greg has taken mediums. There's Riley all over the road. Okay, not sure what's happening. Oh yeah, Greg disconnected from this race, so that'll be why his car is doing that. Actually, Adam is ahead of Sean, so he's gotten past him somewhere in this lap. Lewis is going to be next to try and have a go. Of course, Lewis pitting 2 laps later than Sean, a lap later than the others. So he's going to have the best tyres of anyone here, which may not show up so much now, but in a couple of laps' time. On to lap 10, Liam still going. There is the rest of the battle pack currently chasing him. Of course, Liam will pit. And that is Lewis down the end solo. Lewis getting that all wrong, getting reset, loses out to Coleman. And now finds himself in the clutches of Ben. Chris is up to 8th, right behind P10, both on softs. O'Brien having a look at Steph. Nothing doing that time. Coleman's gonna be next to try and have a go at Sean. Whereas Lewis and Ben. It has to be this lap. The Liam's coming in. Look at his fuel and his tyres. So he's gonna have a longer stop than everyone, but looks like he's going to do one less stop. So we're getting differing strategies from the front runners here. Are we going to see any moves from these lot? Is Ben going to be able to do anything? Is Coleman going to be able to do anything? Ben's looking to the inside. Has he braked late enough? No. Lewis keeps that one. Oh, where has Liam come out? He's gone on to mediums. He's in P8. Of course, everyone in front of him's gonna have to stop again. So he does not have to stop, but these guys are gonna come out in fresher tires. Looks like Ben is really wanting to get past that Audi. He's been gaining ever so slightly. Of course, helped by Lewis absolutely messing up the first braking zone. Now, what about Coleman? Is he catching Sean any? Not really. If anything, Sean is catching back up to Adam after being passed by him earlier. Here is Ben. This looks like the closest he's been to that Audi. Is it enough? Lewis covering the inside. Is Ben going to have enough overspeed to complete the move before the braking zone? Looks like he has. Has he braked early enough? He has. So the Jaguar managing to power past the Audi that time. Lewis and the gravel on the exit of T1. These guys all have a bit of a spread between them. No one's really that close right now on track. Okay, that just went a bit funny, but Lewis, he's still looking at the back end of that Jag, so he might not be done here. We're seeing this a lot. You can get past someone here, and even if you're a second a lap quicker than them, they'll hold in the slipstream and you just cannot shake them. Because there's very little turns and braking zones to try and make up enough to deficit the slipstream they're getting. Excuse me. Now these three, they cannot close in on each other. We'll see what the second pit stops have to offer us whenever they take them. Ben has dropped Lewis a little bit, and we're probably around the second stop window. I predict probably next lap. We'll see if anyone comes in this time, and no one has out of that leading group. There is Liam. He was our race leader. He's done a 48.6. How's that comparing to the leaders? It's the same as what Coleman did, slightly slower than what Ben did, faster than what Lewis did, so he's on pace right now. But these guys' softs are pretty worn. Once they pit, come out in some fresh softs. That could be a whole different story. Again, we're seeing Sean ever so slightly close in on Adam. Ben still with that Audi glued to his rear end. So are we going to see the second round of stops on this lap? You'd think it should be around now. I see with Adam's Aston Martin, you can see by his fuel, it's time for him to pit. Whereas the likes of Coleman and Ben and stuff, they're going to have shorter stops, whereas Sean and Adam, Coleman keeps going, as do Ben and Lewis, so it's Sean and Adam this time. You can see Liam going by them. Where's the first car to come out of the pits? But Sean, he's just coming out now. Liam's into turn 1. Of course, they'll have fresh softs. He's got a couple lap old mediums. Now, Ben has closed right in on Coleman. Well, this could be interesting in the pit stops. These three all have around a quarter of a tank of fuel. Oh, that's Lewis very wide in the second Lesmo. That's not going to do his chances any good. How about these two? Is Ben going to try something, or is he going to leave it all down to the pit stops? Surely we're seeing them in this time. They can't just keep going. They've got to react. Ben's coming into the pit lane. Coleman's coming in. You'd think Lewis is also coming in. Of course, these guys had a lot more fuel than Sean and Adam did. There is Liam going around the final corner, and there is Sean going around the final corner. Now there is that front group. Yeah, there is Coleman. So worse tyres and worn tyres. You'd think these guys are gonna have a heck of a pace advantage on Liam right now. Perhaps mediums in the second stint was a mistake. You can see there, yeah, Adam losing out a lot because he had to put more fuel in. Looks like he's put perhaps a bit too much in compared to everyone else. Whoa, that's sideways from Coleman. He's gathered it all up though. P10 still going out in the lead, so I guess right now it's a Lexus 1-2. But he's going to have to come in. His tyres aren't doing great. His fuel's doing even worse. Coleman, he can see the net lead just in front of him. And there's Sean, Ben, Adam, Lewis, and then Chrissy, who's recovered so far, has mediums on right now, which is interesting for a final stint. But has recovered well from her first lap off. P10 is in the pits. And now you can see Coleman has gained into the back of that Lexus. Excuse me. And that Nissan is very quick in a straight, has fresher tyres, has better compounded tyres. You think it's win, not F. Coleman pulls to the inside. He's going to try and outbrake him. He's gone over the chicane. And, well, that's one way of taking the lead. And of course, the advantage of this being commentary done afterwards, we know that Coleman only got a warning for that. Now, Liam is right with this group, but he's going backwards through it, it seems. You can see these guys all in close proximity. It's going to be Sean next to have a go. And the very fluorescent Porsche. Flash of the lights. That's not going to distract Liam. Probably not even looking. Get the Porsche all the way to the inside. That's to sort of barge Liam back over, because there wasn't really room on the inside. But he's got that one done. Small bit of contact. Liam's had to go over the chicane. And I think he feels, due to the contact, he was sort of put there. So he's going to keep that one for now. Probably also feels a bit aggrieved by Coleman's pass. Probably thinks he can do it, well I'll do it. Is Sean going to get by here? No, thought about the outside, not going to work. Oh, there's a little bit of bunching up there. Adam is now in fourth. It looks like Lewis and Ben are side by side. Lewis is going to go by Ben on the inside of the Lesmo. Ben taking his penalty now. Now, is this Sean's chance this lap? Of course, the longer they're all here, the farther away Coleman's getting. He's looking to the outside for Ascari. That one's not going to work. Whoa, that's very, very wild from Sean. Now it might be Adam to have a go next. Depending on which one of these two can sort their squabble. It looks like Adam, he's managed to tuck back in front. That's all on the grass for Lewis. You can see just how bunched this back is getting. The mediums are just a terrible tyre. Again, Lex is pulling to the inside very early. Oh, as that's Sean, he's gone way, way off. Where's his car getting put back? And that's Ben gonna sweep around the outside. And now the Aston has found itself the inside for Curva Grande. And this might just open the door for the Audi. Of course, in a situation like that with a car in front, you gotta be careful to brake late, but not slam into the car ahead. Alexis is managing to hold on for now. That's gonna let the Audi through. Wide in the first Lesmo. Now what about these two? Championship leader Sean still finds himself down in 6th. So that's not going to be handy for his championship chances. Coleman in the lead is just off. He was quick to get by the struggling Lexus. Now these two, oh, that's Sean again having a moment. That Porsche is looking very squirrely this race. That's Cressy and P10 side by side. That's good from Cressy because she's on the medium tyres. Now what about the Jag? Is it going to be the next one to get the job done? As Lewis looks at Adam. And Lewis has that one done. Adam takes his penalty. The Lexus gets thrown off by the Audi taking its, or the Aston taking its penalty, and it went solid right as he was coming up. So that's just a shame. Maybe I could have held on to the 4th place. But the Audi taking its penalty just completely threw it off, going solid again, and the Lexus had to take avoiding action there, down to 6th place. There's P10 and Cressy. P10's managed to get back by. Now, Sean gonna get past that Jag. Of course, the Jag might just be close enough that it's picking, will be picking a slipstream up off the Audi and the Aston ahead. So these two might just have resolved it. Coleman is absolutely running away with this one at the front. Ben's held on for now, but it looks like that Porsche is very, very keen to get by. It looks like they're not going to do anything this time. Lewis is having another go at Adam. Adam was holding inside, and Lewis has tried to go even more inside. Look at about trying to go all the way around the outside in turn 1. That's not going to work. He's now put himself into the grasp of these two behind. So is Ben going to put a car between himself and Sean? Not this time. In fact, they've managed to catch back up to Adams. This is a 4-car scrap from 2nd to 4th. Or 2nd to 5th, sorry. Ben's pulled out. He's going to have a look on the Audi. Of course, as soon as he pulls out, he loses the slipstream, and the Audi keeps it from the Aston. It looks like Lewis might have a move at Adam. He needs to be careful to not lose a place right at the end from trying to gain one. It's very, very easy to do. And Lewis has managed to swing around the outside. Coleman crosses the line to win. It's a great win from him. But Lewis, with that great move of the final corner, gets 2nd. Adam takes 3rd. Ben 4th. Sean 5th. Liam just coming around the final corner. He takes 6th on his debut. P10 takes 7th. Chrissy, the pole sitter, will take 8th on her debut. And Brian is at the chicane. I think he's out of fuel. He is out of fuel. Oh, Mr. Ginge and Riley are going to come by. Mr. Ginge has a lot of penalty to try and get rid of. And Brian's just going to have to try and coast. Here comes Steph. And there's Chris. Is Brian even going to make it to the line? Yeah, it looks like he's able to hold the car at 50. Yeah, there is Riley. Clears his penalties, finishes at 9th. There's Mr. Ginge. He will take the final top 10 spot.